Hello everyone, Sigs here, and welcome to Raft. Raft is an open world survival sandbox type of game in which you can build a raft and sail the high seas in a post-apocalyptic flooded world type of setting as you explore the story of the game to try to learn why the world is the way that it is now while trying to survive and building a pretty cool raft to get you around. So I have played this game before. It is one of my favorite games, but I've never played it all the way through. It was in early access for about 5 years, during which they came out with more story missions, more areas to explore, more stuff to build, more features, all that kind of stuff. But they are now out with the final release of the game that has all the content, the final story mission, lots of new features and stuff like that. So I thought it would be fun to do a full playthrough of the game now that all this new stuff is out and see it all firsthand. So with that being said, why don't we go ahead and start a new world. So let's name it, I guess, Sig's Raft, because I don't know what else to call it. And we'll do nobody can join. So this game does have multiplayer. You can have, I believe, up to 8 people in one world on one raft at a time. But for this playthrough, it's just going to be me playing solo, so we have nobody else joining. We do have different difficulty modes. So there's creative, which will just allow you to build whatever you want if you want to build a cool raft. There's peaceful, which removes a lot of the combat elements of the game. And then there's your kind of standard difficulties, your easy, normal, and hard. So I think we'll just do normal. I think that should be difficult enough for just one person. And yeah, let's just get into it. So again, I have played this before. I'm certainly not an expert, but I do have some idea of what's going on, so I'll kind of explain things as we go here, as we load in for the first time. So we start out here on this tiny little raft, just a 2x2 square of tiles, and we start off with this hook, which we can use like so to hook items, or you can miss items and fail miserably, which I just did there. So not off to a great start, but with a little bit of practice, we'll get back into the swing of things. You can also just pick items up like so. So there is a durability on this hook here. You can see on the action bar on the bottom left, there's that little green bar. So I do lose durability from using it. And this early in the game, resources are pretty scarce, so if I can just pick an item up without having to use the hook, then that's what I'll want to do early on until I can gather some more resources. So we're just adrift at sea here, gathering resources as we go. In the far bottom left of the screen, you'll see there's a health bar, that red bar, and then there's also your hunger and your thirst. Now, if the hunger and the thirst get too low, below that little hash mark towards the left side of the bar, you will move much more slowly, and you'll also start to lose health. So I need to be careful to not lose too much. Whoops, that's a miss. To not lose too much hunger and thirst. There's also these barrels and these crates out here, which can have some good items in them, but there's a shark in the water. Ooh. And he will hit you if you go into the water. So you can dodge him if you jump out of the water at the right time. So hopefully, again, just like with this hook, if I can get a little bit of practice, I should be able to dodge him pretty consistently, which means I can dive into the water, get some of these farther away items, and save the durability on the hook. But for now, we're already missing quite a bit of health from that little dive that we did there, so I'll need to be careful. Now, there's all the base resources that we're gathering, you know, the planks and the palm leaves and the plastic, which we can craft with. These barrels, however, have some extra items that you can only get from either the barrels or islands, which we'll come to eventually. So I will want to try to get those if possible. Now this shark, in addition to being in the water, will also come and attack our raft and try to destroy these tiles. So I'll need to be able to defend myself. And to that end, I think I want to craft a spear. So it's going to take rope, which I can make from palm leaves and planks. So we have enough to make a spear. So now if the shark attacks us, we can defend our raft. We're also coming up to, it looks like, our first island up here. So I'll try to gather as much of this stuff in the water as I can. And then when we get to that island, hopefully the raft either gets kind of stuck on the land, or I can craft an anchor so that I can have the raft be stationary while I explore the island and get all the stuff that it has. Now, in order to make the anchor, I need stones. The stones I can get from those barrels, but I did not get lucky. I did not get any stones from those few barrels. Oops, and we missed again. So we have to hope that the raft just kind of gets stuck on the island on its own, and then what I can do is dive down in the water around the island, and that's where I'll find more stones and metal and all kinds of other resources that are only available there. So I just want to try to stock up on plastic, stuff that I won't be able to find on the island, and then hopefully I can stay at that island long enough to explore everything and do a little bit of crafting. So we are coming right up to it, hitting it head on, so hopefully the raft just gets stuck on it. And then I don't have to make an anchor. Okay, the shark is attacking. So I gotta use this spear to knock him off, just like that. That's good. Now, let's see if I can get that one before it goes away. And now what I can do is dive down into this reef here. I can already see some stones, so I'm gonna go for it. The shark's probably gonna bite me, but if I can get enough stones to make an anchor before I die, then that would be good. Ooh, I have a feeling, yep, the shark got me once. It's gonna come back and try to get me again. I think it's 4 stones for an anchor. So, where's the shark? There he is. Oof, got hit twice. That's not great. Looks like our raft is actually gonna just get stuck here, so I can save the stones for something else if I don't have to make an anchor, which is nice. I do want to go explore this island, so there's those trees up there that I can cut down, which I'll need an axe for, so I'll turn the palm leaves into rope, and I will make the axe. And let's see what we get here. So we're going to get planks and palm leaves, which are very useful. Also coconuts and some coconut seeds. Piece of plastic down here I'll grab. So I don't really need the seeds right now. You can eventually plant them and have, trees and other plants on your raft. But it's going to take a while to be able to actually make the plots to plant that stuff in. So I'll probably just drop these seeds to save inventory space. But while we're here, we want to definitely get all these planks and palm leaves. And see what else. There's flowers on this island as well, but that's mostly for cosmetic stuff. You can make paints and that kind of stuff, which we're not really concerned with right now. Right now we just need to worry about staying alive, so I'm not going to load up our inventory with any flowers at the moment. We do get some watermelons, which is a food item that I can eat. It'll restore quite a bit of thirst, but not a lot of hunger. But we'll eat those, get our thirst topped up. The limiting factor of how long we're going to be able to stay and explore this island is going to be our hunger and our thirst. as well as our inventory space. So I'd like to get as many resources from this first island as possible. So the longer that I can stay here, the better. Now I see a little crate over here. So this can have all kinds of random items in it. So we get a nail, some rope, which is pretty good. We'll drop these seeds. We don't need them right now. Go ahead and just eat these coconuts to keep our hunger and thirst as high as it can be for right now. And then what I'll want to do, because I think I got all the trees and all the other stuff, is to go into the reef here and start gathering some of the underwater materials, which can pretty much only be found on these islands. The shark's over there, way over there, so I should be safe to go in this side. I can grab these floating items real quick. Now hopefully the shark doesn't come over, so I can use the hook to gather this stuff. So this is going to give me scrap, these little metal things, and I can use the scrap to make nails and other stuff. I do have a oxygen bar at the top there, so I need to go up for air, and the hook breaks, so I ran out of durability on the hook. Thankfully I can make another one, so we have a fresh one now. Grab the rest of this floating stuff while the shark isn't here. This is just easy money. Hopefully the shark doesn't come over now, because I'm going to go all the way out here for these barrels. Might have some good stuff in them before returning to the reef. Now, if the shark comes over here, I'm going to be in trouble. Okay, a lot of resources from that one. Okay, some good stuff from that one. I get a beet, which is a food item. I can plant the beet to grow more beets, but again, I would need a crop plot, which I don't have just yet. But we're getting a lot of resources out here quite safely. So that's awesome. A couple more planks. I see a barrel over there too. So I'll get that barrel after. I don't want to get too close to that side because I might make the shark come over here if I get too close to him, even if he's on the other side of the island. So I'll stay away. Hopefully he stays away. And I'll just gather as much of this stuff as I can while we're at this island. So this is, I believe, sand, which is good. Some seaweed here. So I can eventually smelt the sand into glass, which I can use to make some interesting things. And then the seaweed as well will have uses later, but right now it's not super important. Here's a giant clam. I can make a bird's nest with that, and then seagulls will come and land on the bird's nest, and then I can kill them and get the chicken legs that they drop, which is a very good source of food. They also leave behind feathers, which I can use to make arrows when I make a bow, and eventually a paintbrush too. So that's all good stuff. I'm going to get as much as I can here, and then I'm going to go back to the raft. And it's just now occurring to me that I chose not to make that anchor, so I really have to hope that the raft is still there. And that it was actually stuck on the island and not... Oh, there's another tree I can get to, so I'll go get that. But sometimes, the raft gets, stuck on the island, but it's just ever so slightly moving. Okay, it is good. I just got a little nervous there that maybe it was, a couple pixels off, and then it just starts slowly drifting away. And at which point, if I get too far away from the raft, I'm just gonna, run out of food and hunger and die. So thankfully it looks like it's pretty well stuck there, so we're in good shape. I'll grab this tree here. Man, it looks like our inventory's full because we're just spitting coconuts onto the ground. So I'll get rid of these seeds. As I explained, I don't really have the ability to plant them right now, so I don't really need them. Some more rocks here, but I can't actually get them because they're not underwater. And when you're not underwater, you can't harvest. So that's kind of a shame, but grab that barrel that we saw before. I have a lot of resources now, which is awesome. I need to be a little careful. I need to get into a position where I can replenish my thirst and hunger before it runs out. So I think the shark was on this side of the island still, right? It's dark. It's really hard to see underwater once it's dark. If I had a bed, I could sleep to advance time and make it daytime. Okay, which would be nice, but I can't do that right now. And the shark is now on this side of the island, so I'm going to try to go to the other side and see how much of this I can get. So while we're here, I just want to like quickly get as much of this stuff, as many of these resources as possible before leaving, since I can really only get them here. But I do need to leave here before I start running out of hunger and thirst, because I'll need to be like sailing to get the resources that I need to replenish my hunger and thirst. So kind of a race against the clock here. Definitely looking for clay, because clay I can use eventually to make a furnace, which I'll need to smelt metal. And that is the other thing that we're looking for here, is metal and copper. That you can pretty much only find on islands like this. And you need it to make quite a lot of things. Metal tools. Okay, the shark's over here now. Alright. Oh boy. We have a good amount of health, so we're okay. But we need to be able to get down into that other reef. So I'm just going to take a quick breather on the raft. Now that shark attack, I believe, is set to happen once every 5 minutes, but he will not attack while you're not on the raft. But then when you return to the raft, you know, if it's been more than 5 minutes, he'll like immediately attack. So I'm expecting him to attack here, but it doesn't seem like he is. I'm not sure where he is, so... Okay, and the waves are getting choppy now, which means this raft might get pushed off of that spot, so I need to keep an eye on it. There's so much stuff here I want to get. I need to be quick, and I don't know where the shark is, so... This is a little risky what I'm doing now, but I'm just going to keep gathering until I basically get bit by the shark, at which point I'll quickly run back to the raft. So getting a good amount of stuff here. I'll just grab some seaweed because it's right here. We don't really need it just yet. The main thing is oxygen, because I'm about to suffocate, but the main thing would be finding some metal and copper here. Wait, where the hell is our raft? Okay, phew. I didn't see the raft for a second. I got worried. We want to get metal, but I don't see any. It usually spawns kind of like on the side of rocks. But I'm not seeing any. If I don't get any, I don't get any, but that would be the main thing to get here, in addition to the rest of this stuff. So just gonna keep gathering. Need to go up for air. Okay, there's some metal down in there. Also a free plank. How's our inventory? Okay, we have at least one spot in the inventory, so we can pick up this metal. This little underwater cave here is kind of cool. Just quickly see what else is in here, if anything. Really hard to see, but... Okay, looks like just that, and it looks like it goes to the other side of the island too, but... At least we got a couple metal. Alright, now our hunger and our thirst is already starting to get kind of low. So let me see about crafting. First of all, I guess a building hammer would be important. Here, why don't we eat the food that we have? Just to see. God, that scared me. Okay. Get the shark off. That buys us 5 more minutes. We'll eat that to stave off the hunger and the thirst for now. We'll make a building hammer so that I can repair the parts that he's already bit, so that they're safe. And now I can use this hammer too to build the raft out more, which I will do once we're like out in the water. But for now, let me see about a simple purifier. That's how I'm going to be able to make fresh water. Fortunately, I just spit it out into the sea because my inventory was full. So let's quickly jump in and get it and get back out before the shark bites us. We'll put the purifier down. We'll put some planks in there. And we'll make an empty cup. So I can fill the cup with salt water, and then I can put the salt water in there, and it consumes the planks to boil the water and get me fresh water. So that's very useful. I also want to make a grill. But my inventory is once again pretty full. I'll just eat this potato. I would like to save it to either grill it, it'll heal for more, give you more hunger if it's cooked, or so that I can plant it later, but I need the inventory spot, so I'll do that. Kind of wasting planks. These beets and potatoes don't really heal for a lot, but I want to make sure to have something to eat so I don't starve out here. So we'll get all that cooking, and that frees up a few more inventory spots so that I can go back out and hopefully get some more stuff before we have to leave. Could also make a storage, and that would give me a lot more inventory space as well. So I'm just gonna turn these palm leaves into rope, because that also frees up one inventory slot. Could stack the plastic. Okay. So we're in pretty good shape here, actually. We're getting a lot of resources, and we're okay on food and hunger for now. One thing I could make is a fishing rod, so that I can keep catching fish, so that I don't have to worry about my hunger as much either. I think I'm just going to go ahead and make it, because I have the resources to. We'll catch one fish real quick, and then I can leave the fish cooking while I go back under. Kind of stalling for the sun to come up, too, because it's really hard to see at nighttime, so... Shark attack. Okay. Now, I don't remember if I mentioned this, but if the shark breaks one of these tiles that has an item on it, you lose the item. So, like, it gets destroyed. So I need to be really careful about placing things on these outside tiles that the shark can attack. So I'll need to get out on the water and build out my raft a little bit. But for now, I think we're going to quickly just try to get some more resources from here. So the shark's like over here. Oh boy, he's coming. Which is unfortunate because there's a lot of resources directly under the raft that I'm not going to be able to get with the shark there. This reef I've already been through. Did not really see a lot of metal or other resources that I can get. I think I pretty much cleared this out. So, if I could, yes. Okay. Here he comes. Darn, I didn't quite do the jump. I was going to say, if I could lure him over here to this side, then I think I can go over to this side, and I'm far enough away that he should just stay over there, I think. And then I can maybe gather some of these resources before he comes back over. That's the hope. Worst case scenario, he comes over, he bites me once or twice, and I just book it back to the raft and I don't die. Okay, he is over here now. So I gotta get ready to try to dodge. If I can get to the top of the water. Oof, I did not get that dodge. Alright, so at this point I'm just looking for metal. I can sacrifice some of my health bar to get the metal if needed. I got that plank at least. Shark is coming. Let's see if I can dodge. Okay, I was not able to dodge again. Now, like, one more bite and I'm pretty much dead. So, alright, I think we're gonna have to get back out onto the water now and get more plastic and more planks from sailing. So let's drink some water and get some new water cooking. Now I am stuck here, so I will need to make a paddle to push me off, which this could be really bad if I didn't have the plastic to make this paddle. I would just kind of be stuck here. Which would not be good, but thankfully we have enough resources. We could start paddling away. I would expect a shark attack soon as well. But let's see if we could just get around the edge here and start sailing away. Could also potentially just make an anchor and then put the raft over on like the other side out there. And then if the shark comes under the raft, I could then swim back to this side and get the resources there, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of resources there, to be honest, so I'm just going to get back out on the open water. Alright, so that's good. Now, I'm a little low on plastic. I do want to start making my raft bigger, so we'll do that to kind of protect this lower health square so that I don't have to really repair that one. It will bother me that it doesn't look the same as the others, but resources are just so scarce at the moment that I'm not going to concern myself with it. So we can eat that fish. That restores quite a bit of hunger. And we'll keep the water going, and let's see if I can catch a fish or two before the items start coming in. So the way that it works is the items spawn on the horizon, basically 28 tiles wide from where the original middle 2x2 of your raft was. Oh, I want these. Can I get them while I'm fishing? Oh, no. But they spawn in based on the direction that you're traveling. So if I like use the paddle to move or change direction somehow, then the items have to respawn in on the horizon and then make their way to me. So we have a fresh stream coming now. And we'll try to get as much as we can. It's really plastic and planks that I'm gonna need. So anything that's going to drift close enough for me to just pick up by hand, I should just pick up by hand and save the durability on the hook. Like so. The hook is about to break. Oops. Oh no. Well, we got him. He did some damage, though, so I'll need to repair that one. Now, we're looking for more plastic. This hook is probably going to break on this throw, I think. Oh my god, we missed both of them. It's embarrassing. Grab that. I want to get that nice stack of palm leaves, and then let me just real quick make another hook, because I know I'm going to need it. And then we're going to go for a little quick dive here and grab what we can, and hopefully dodge the shark on the way back in. Okay, good. Oh, and there's a crate out there, so the crates can give a lot of really good items. Wow, what a bad toss. I really thought I had that. So I need to go for that crate. So I'm just gonna go for it. Grab that on the way. I don't know where the shark is. I probably should have looked before I leapt. Oof, and we dodge him. Nice. And we should be able to get back before we get bit. Nope. Alright, but we got that crate. That had some good stuff in it, so let's get our new hook on. Oh, no. Oh, almost lost it. Our inventory is getting pretty full, so I need to do something about that. Our hunger and our thirst are more or less fine. Get that fish cooking. Let's see. Man, we're pretty bad with these tosses. Let's go for this barrel. Hopefully we can dodge the shark again. I don't know where he is. Aha, nice dodge. He said to himself. Alright. It's a good feeling. If I practice it a bit, I should be able to dodge him every time, which makes it perfectly safe to go out in the water and do this stuff, but if I don't dodge, then it gets pretty risky. So there we go, and then I think I saw the shark right over there, so we should be good. Water's getting real choppy now, making it hard to see, but I'm going to keep gathering as much as we can. Now I need to think about making some stuff, so let's do that to start. Just give us a little bit more room to work with and protect our inner tiles from those shark attacks, because I don't want to lose any of the items that are on these middle tiles. Alright, we'll get that cooking. We'll eat this one. We'll drop some planks in. Do a quick drink as well. Get that all going. Alright. Now, again, with the inventory getting full, I need to be careful because I could lose items potentially from picking up these barrels. So I want to start crafting stuff. I need plastic to make the raft any bigger. Don't need a fishing rod. Don't need any of that right now. Why don't I make this research table? So what that's for is if you want to learn new crafting recipes, you have to put the research table down, and then you put one of the items, like any type of resource item, into the table. How did I miss that? And then it consumes the item to like research all the recipes that use that item. So that's how I'm going to be able to make just about anything going forward here. So I have to learn how to make it first. So we'll make that, and then we'll put it down. Let's rotate it, I guess, whoa, like that. And it should be safe there. I think that's on the innermost tiles. Good chunk of items here if I can get them. I think I'm too far off. Yep, that's a shame. Quickly, I guess I'll wait and get this plastic first, and then I'm going to try to quickly research a few things. Should also clear up some inventory slots. Come on, plastic. There we go. More plastic. More plastic. Planks, also very important. Need them for fuel. As well as for crafting, so I'm going to end up needing a lot of them. And I do see another island coming up there. It looks shark attack. Get rid of him and just quickly repair that. Wow, that one almost broke. It's kind of scary. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get to that island. It looks like I'm not sailing quite at it. I could use the paddle to start paddling myself over, but that's going to change the direction of these items spawning in. So if I don't make it, then I'm also not getting items, and then I'm just kind of stagnating. You know, I think I'm going to go for it, though. I'm going to start paddling over now. So as soon as I change directions, the items start spawning in a different direction. What the fuck? Okay, that's a whale. Glad that didn't just sink my raft. I don't know how it didn't. I mean, I know it didn't because that's not how the game is coded to work, but just speaking like realistically, you would think that would sink my raft. Okay, that was not something I've ever seen before or was expecting. So that's kind of crazy. But, yeah, let's push over. I think we can maybe make it to this island. If we just push, push, push. I'll definitely need an anchor for this island. If I could just get close enough and then throw down an anchor. I'll need to, like, speed craft this anchor and then quickly drop it, so... Oh no, are you gonna make it or not? Let's quickly see about anchor. I need 2 rope. Boom, boom. I need inventory space. I can drop this, I think. Craft the anchor. Get that on the action bar. See if we can get a little bit closer. Come on. The little raft that could right now. Alright, we're pretty close. This is a decent enough spot. Let's put our anchor there and throw it down. Alright, so now the raft won't move and I can explore this island, so that's good. Now this blueprint that I got here, this is for a receiver, which is one of the items that I need to be able to find the first story island. So that's good, but I don't actually need the blueprint. Once I pick it up, it unlocks the ability. It says researched. So I can actually just get rid of this blueprint and clear up an inventory spot. So that's good. Let's take this fish. Let's eat it. And then I'm just going to catch another one real quick and throw it on so that I have some food. Again, just like that first island, I want to be able to hang out here long enough to harvest everything And the things that are going to make me have to leave are going to be if I like run out of food or hunger, or food or thirst, hunger or thirst, whatever you want to say, or if my inventory fills up. So let's look at this research table. So again, I can like research each kind of consumable item, and it gives me like a research progress towards items that I could craft with that resource. So we'll research the palm leaf and the plank, the scrap, which allows us to now make a lantern or a medium crop plot if we wanted. Can research this bolt that I got, I assume from a crate or a barrel. To make a bolt takes a metal ingot, so that's actually really good because metal ingots are hard to come by compared to other resources. But that gets us closer to unlocking the metal tools, which is nice. Can't research a potato. I could research this one nail. I could learn how to make these trophy boards. Sand I can't research, but glass I can. Metal ore I cannot research, but the ingots I can once I cook them. We'll research the stone. We'll need to research our one giant clam. That unlocks the bird nest recipe. So now I'll just need an additional one to be able to actually craft it. And I think, okay, we research plastic, which I can make a stone arrow or a scarecrow. And what else? I think that's it. Oh, clay bowl. And then if I look here, I can make a wet brick with sand and clay. So the wet brick I can't research, but the dry brick I can. So what I do is I put the wet brick here, and then it starts drying out. It's going to take some time. And then once it dries out, is he coming? He's coming. Once it dries out, I can research it so that I'll be able to make a furnace, which will also require quite a lot of dry bricks. So I want to try to get sand and clay here from this island. Oops, we fell in. So I want metal and sand and clay and all that kind of good stuff from this island. First, let me get one more fish. We're pretty good on hunger and thirst. But let's get one more fish cooking here. So that'll be here waiting when we come back. Now, it is night, which makes it really hard to see underwater. So what I could do is make a bed. It's taking a lot of my resources, but I'm going to want to have one eventually anyway. So we'll put it... wherever I put it here, it's going to end up at least a little bit on one of the outside tiles, which means if the shark breaks that tile, like if the shark breaks this tile here, then I lose the bed. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but I can lay down on that bed and make it daytime so that I could actually see underwater. It does, I think, advance time in the sense that I'll lose hunger and thirst. It'll also finish cooking this stuff, though, which is nice, but if I don't have to do that, I won't. If there's other things I can do to kind of kill the time, that would be better, rather than having to, like, immediately eat and drink and waste those resources. So let's see if we just do a little fishing until the sun comes up. But at least we have the bed there for the future. So there's one fish. I think the bigger fish give you more hunger too. So like the tilapia is better than the mackerel. There's also some like big fish, like catfish and stuff that I can get. But those don't fit on that grill, so I can't actually cook them. I could eat them raw, but if I eat them raw, I lose thirst. But I still gain hunger, I just lose thirst. So it's not ideal, but it is something you can do. Let's see here. I'm going to make a new wooden spear, because this one's getting pretty low, so if that shark comes back, I need to have the spear ready. Why don't I just use up the durability on this fishing rod to clear up an inventory space, and then I'll get many fish ready to be cooked, so I should be good on hunger for quite a while then. Tilapia, that's a good grab. Prefer the tilapia over the mackerel or the pomfrets, whatever they're called, pomfrets. we go. So let's go ahead and eat this tilapia. And I think I will just cook the pomfret just to clear out the inventory space. And then, what about a storage? I could make one. It's going to take like all my plastic though, which I think I need to save the plastic to make another hook if I'm going to be doing a lot of underwater mining. So I'm not going to make that just yet. But I will hop up on land here. And let's see about cutting down these trees and gathering this fruit. And then hopefully by the time I'm done, the sun will be up. It looks like it's just starting to come up, so I'll be able to see what's underwater in this reef. What is this not? Oh, that's not a tree. Okay, got it. So great source of planks and palm leaves here. Can I climb up this? Oh, I can. Nice. I got watermelon. So I'm just going to drop the seeds again. I can't actually plant them yet until I make a crop plot, and I don't really have the extra resources to do that just yet. I will want to make one kind of soon because it's just a great like renewable resource, but for now, I'm just going to want to save the inventory space, so gather all of these, and there's a lot of stuff floating in the water right there that I could grab too if the shark stays away, so we'll see about that. Alright, that breaks the axe. Thankfully it was right on the last hit, so that's perfect. I'll just make a new one now, because I'm going to need it eventually. And then I can drop the seeds. I'll eat the one mango. Clear up the inventory spot. Consider saving these to plant. And I'll eat the coconuts to clear up another inventory slot. Save the watermelons for later. And then let's see what we can do underwater. So if I can get enough sand and clay to make more bricks, to make a furnace, that would be great. And then we're looking for metal and copper so that I can then smelt the metal and copper in the furnace to be able to make stuff with that. So it doesn't look like there's any reef on this side of the island, but last I saw the shark was on the opposite side, so let's quickly dip in the water here and just loot this stuff for some easy free resources and hope that the shark stays away, especially if I'm going to swim out this far. If the shark came over to me now, I'd probably get hit like 3 times before I could get back to land, so gotta be careful here. Grab all this stuff. Another plastic, and now I'm getting really close to where the shark was. Now I'm a little nervous, but grab that last plank and then we'll go back this way. Okay, so it seems like the reef is over on the other side where my raft is and where the shark is. So that's kind of unfortunate because it's going to make it hard to actually mine things if the shark is right there. So I may have to try to lure him over to this side. You can also make shark bait that you can throw in the water and it'll keep the shark busy while I mine, but it takes quite a few fish, and I don't think I have the resources right now to make another fishing rod and catch enough fish, so we'll just see what we can get. If we can't get that much, we can't get that much, but seeing as we got almost no metal and no copper on the first island, if we can get any here, that would be good. Clay and sand as well, as we said, to be able to make the bricks would be awesome. Ah, here's a bunch of metal. That's good. So let's grab this real quick. So yeah, metal's gonna be for like metal tools and then like a lot of resources, recipes rather, that you can make with metal ingots. You turn into like bolts and hinges and all that kind of stuff to make quite a few different recipes. And then copper is mostly for electronics, which is one of the first things that we need to be able to make the antenna and the receiver to be able to find the first story island. So all stuff that we need quite a lot of at this point. Now, knock on wood, but I don't see the shark, so I think we're still okay. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of metal down in here. That's great. Get that. Don't really need too much seaweed right now, but I might as well just have like a stack's worth in my inventory in case I need it later. So I'll grab that while it's right here. I thought I saw another metal somewhere down here. Oh, yeah, right there. So I'll grab that, and I'll kind of work my way through this chasm, however you want to say it, as we get closer to where the shark is. Our hook did break, so I'm going to make a new one. I'll go back down. I don't need a ton of stones at this point. And again, I'm light on inventory space, so I'll grab like 1 stack's worth. So I'll have like 20 stone is what it stacks to. Once you have 20, then any additional ones go into like a new stack in the inventory. So I'll just get exactly 20 to have. So we go up for air here. Oh no, there's the shark. Shoot. There's good clay and sand down there, but... Okay, the shark doesn't see me yet, so that's good. I definitely want this clay and this sand. And then there's more clay and sand here, but the shark is right up there. So let's see what we can get before the shark comes over. Thankfully we're at full health, so if he comes over and bites us, which he's gonna do, at least we can safely get away. Okay, dodged him there. Nice. Get back on the raft. Now he's probably gonna like immediately attack because it's been more than 5 minutes or whatever the time is. So I'm just gonna get ready to... Yep, right here. Okay, so that breaks our spear, but that's why we made another. And that gives us 5 full minutes before he's gonna attack again. That one probably doesn't need to be repaired just yet. May regret that later, but for now I think we're okay. We'll eat the fish, and you know what? We'll actually just eat these watermelons just to clear out the inventory space. Man, those give a lot of thirst, but very little hunger. So we're going to overcap our thirst, but we'll still just eat them to clear out the inventory space. And we'll cook this tilapia. We have quite a few planks at the moment, so we'll just load up here. We'll fill that with fresh water. Oh, never mind. That was a waste. If I had 2 cups, then that would have worked, but I was going to fill it with fresh water and then just have another one here and one in hand to save time later, but I can't fill this one while it has fresh water in it, so I should be able to like pour it into my mouth and then fill it with salt water and fill this and then like spit it back out into this cup and save it for later, but that's not a thing. So anyway, just trying to be efficient with our resources here, but we're doing pretty good so far. We're getting a lot of good stuff. The shark is still there. It looks like there's just this last little bit left. So, oh god, here comes the shark. I can probably get 1 or 2 items before he hits me again. Because if he's going to be right here under the raft, then I'm not going to be able to get any of this any other way. So I'm just going to use my health bar as kind of a resource. I'll get 1 more copper and then I got to get out because I cannot die. If you die, you lose 2/3 of your inventory. Okay, if he bites me 1 more time, I die. So I need to get on the raft. Okay. That was pretty risky, actually. But it worked out. So let's see all the stuff that we got. I think I've already researched everything that I can research of all this. Yep. So that's good. And I did get quite a bit of sand and clay, so I can make some more bricks. Now see, this one dried out, so I can now pick up the dry brick and then research it, which will give me the recipe for the smelter. So there I can smelt the metal ore and the sand and seaweed. So we'll learn that. And let's see what exactly it takes to make it. Where would that be? Right here, smelter. So I need 6 dry bricks. I have 4 right now. Put these here to dry out, these wet bricks. Now, I know that there's more sand and clay down there, which would be nice to just get enough to be able to make this smelter real soon. But I'm afraid to go back under with the shark there, so I think I'll just work on a couple other things on the raft, and maybe if my health goes up high enough, I'll feel safer to maybe just try to snag the last couple sand and clay before we leave. So as far as other things to work on the raft, got a decent amount of metal, some copper. That's good. We made the bed, so we have a respawn point, and we can skip to daytime if needed. We've researched just about everything that we can. A small storage is going to be good to make soon. But I think I'm going to want to save the leaves for now. If I could find a clam down there, the bird's nest would be nice to make too, just because, again, the seagulls come and land on the boat, and you can poke them with the spear and kill them and cook the meat that they drop. And it's a little bit better than having a fish all the time, I think. So that would be good to make at some point, but we can't yet. And the other thing would be a sail, which I can make and I will. So the sail is, like how the paddle you can use to kind of drag your raft over. The sail will just take the wind, and you can turn it and steer any way that you want to go. So that's huge. It's good for getting unstuck, and you can also just sail like right into the side of an island, and it'll like stick you to the side because it's pushing you in that direction. So then you don't need to make anchors, so it saves me resources in that way as well. I'm going to put it there for now. This is really cluttered, but once I have a little more space to work with, it'll be better. There's the shark attack. Where is he? Oh, please get off. Okay, so that one's seeming pretty damaged now. Yeah, that's going to need a repair. I'm getting pretty low on planks and plastic and that kind of stuff, so I'm going to need to head back out into the high seas to continue to gather more of that stuff. I just wonder if I can get a couple more sand and clay before I leave. So, get our food, our hunger and our thirst all topped up. Let me see. Small crop plot. Take a rope, which I don't quite have enough palms for, but I think I'll hold on to the beets and potatoes and plant them in the crop plot. And then I need to start making my raft bigger, both to protect these inner pieces as well as just to have more room to build stuff now. So it's getting to be night, so I'm not going to be able to see. So let me just quickly get down here and grab this clay and sand and this copper. I don't know where the shark is. I should have looked. It's probably going to come and bite me. Thankfully I have enough health now, oh god, to where I can eat a couple hits. That might be it. Oh, he's coming back and I'm not going to be able to dodge in time. Oh, maybe I can dodge. Woohoo, get juked, shark. Alright, well, I think that was about it. There might have been some on the far side there, but it's going to be hard to go check at this point. Where's the shark? If I die, I'm like screwed. I lose 2/3 of my inventory, so this is really stupid and risky to do right now. Okay, yep. That's good enough. We can play it safe. We don't need to be greedy. Let's get back on the raft. Oof, okay. Alright, so we're good. We got a good amount of clay and sand from this island. We got metal, we got copper, we got everything we need. So at this point, we just need to get back onto the high seas to keep gathering planks and plastic to build out the raft, and more palm leaves for rope to build some other stuff. But it's a pretty good start. I think I'm going to leave it here for now. We'll pick it up here next time. But pretty good start. We got to 2 islands. We got a good amount of resources. We didn't die, which is a good start. We researched a bunch of stuff. We got the blueprint for the antenna. So we'll need to find the blueprint for the receiver in the next part, and then hopefully we can get to that first story island pretty soon. We have our hunger and our thirst pretty well stabilized, at least for now. So I'd say we're in pretty good shape. So I'm going to leave it here for now. Next time we can use this sail to hit the high seas and find some more cool stuff. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.